Hey, what's going on, Z Nation? Zaid here on ZLN. Today, guys, we're going to be talking about the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Denver Nuggets, game one of the opener of the NBA playoffs. Now, lots of emotions, lots of anger, lots of frustration. There's a lot of things that we could go into for sure. And I am going to get into everything that went down tonight and everything bad in the in the second half of the game and just everything about this game tonight. And I want to get into all that in just a bit. But please do me a favor. Please be sure to hit that notification bell, subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate if you show me love, support all over social media, and of course on this channel, ZLN on YouTube. And the links will be in the description of this live stream, so you guys check me out on social media, and of course subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate all the love, support you guys have shown me all across social media, and of course on this channel. I really need it, especially now because the Lakers completely shut down. It was frustrating, choked. They choked. You can name everything that went down tonight. It is what it is. That's what is the frustration that what we're seeing from this Lakers team on occasion every time they face the Denver Nuggets. And let's give credit to Denver. All right. They are a good team. They are the reigning champs for a reason. And that's why they are the threat in the Western Conference. And, they should have been the number one seed, in my opinion. But obviously, at the end of the regular season, it just didn't go according to plan for the team, but they were at one point the number one seed for a reason, and it just teams were much better, and they tied at the end of the day. So with that, it is what it is. But at the same time, there was a lot of things that went completely bad. Obviously, the first half of the game, it was amazing. The Lakers played great offensively. They showed up when it came down to it, and this was the type of moment where I had to say this was uh, a kind of a turning point. The Lakers knew how to play the Nuggets, and they obviously played better offensively when they play against them in the first half of games. And me personally, I saw this numerous times in the regular season. The Lakers play well offensively when they attack and score against the Nuggets, and we saw during I think when Kobe um, statue unveiling. The Lakers played well in the first half of that game, but for some reason they completely just can't get over the hump and gain some sort of lead against them. And then in the second game against the Nuggets, when LeBron had his 40,000 career points, they were leading in the first half of that game. And then when it came down to the third quarter, they completely shut down. And obviously the Nuggets beat us, and we're still on a losing streak after this loss tonight. The Lakers, no, the Lakers are on a 9-game losing streak against the Denver Nuggets. So, this was a tough situation. This is, sucks to see, but it's a series, okay? It's not a one and done situation. So maybe the Lakers will make some sort of changes. Maybe Darvin Ham will make some changes or something. But at this point, something needs to change. Something needs to change when it comes to this Lakers team, and we'll probably get into more of that once we get close to the off season. And if it's getting to that point, we will talk about some changes very soon. And stay tuned for my analysis of that of my Lakers um, plans for the off season. So stick with me. I really appreciate it, and thank you all for joining me on this live stream. I really appreciate it. And I see the comment here from Ghetto Rabbit. Welcome to the live stream. Shared your stream on Facebook and X. Darvin Ham gave another inspiring halftime speech. Yeah, some sort of inspired. The team basically gave up on him, and he was the main reason why we lost this game. And it was just all across the board went completely bad, not just for the team, but for the coach as well. And thank you, Ghetto Rabbit, for sharing this live stream. And for those of you who are watching this, thank you all for joining me on this live stream. I really appreciate it. ZLN on YouTube, post game show analysis. Thank you all so much for joining me. If you want to support this platform and this channel, or just you know this platform, please make sure to follow me all across social media. And of course, the links will be in the description of this live stream so you guys can check me out. I really appreciate all the love, support. And thank you again, Get a Rabbit, for the support. I really appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, Darvin Ham, when it came down to it, I mean, the second half, missed some key opportunities to call timeouts. He really let this game get away from him in the third quarter. The first half of the game, it was great. First quarter was amazing. Second quarter, it was a bit, the beginning was awesome because the Lakers were like up by 11 at one point, and it was just one of those type of moments where I was feeling myself. I was hyped up that the Lakers were playing great offensively, and they were throwing in some defense here and there, but for some reason, every time, especially when we face the Denver Nuggets, the third quarter comes around and they completely shoot themselves in the foot. They trip, they choke, shut down, whatever you want to call it. This is a bad moment for the Lakers at one point. And, the only players that really stepped up in this game and dominated was LeBron James and Anthony Davis. Those are the two guys. D'Lo was a no-show, and all eyes were on him in this game, and basically the series going to the playoffs now. So, regular season all-star caliber D'Angelo Russell was a no-show, in this game when it came down to it. And the stats shows it. And it was just bad all around for D'Angelo Russell. Now, he was great. He was great for us in the regular season. But I just don't understand why you can't do this when it comes to playoff time. I really don't get it. He just completely shuts down when it comes to playoff time. And it's kind of seems going to be that way. But I don't know. Maybe he will have a moment of, you know, moment of coming, just say, you know what, I have to step up. I want to get paid this off season. I need to show people that I am not a a bum or whatever. So, or just a regular season point guard caliber all star player. I mean, I'm just, you know, he needs to motivate himself. I did not see that from him in this game out there tonight. Anthony Davis was on his A game. He was defending like crazy against the Joker tonight. And, I don't want, and it seemed, in this game, you know, I don't know any player on the Nuggets that really showed that they were dominating in the third quarter, or like stopping the Lakers and shutting them down. It was the Lakers that shut down. For some reason, they lost momentum. They lost the emotion in this game. In the third quarter, it just completely left. I mean, for almost like maybe 4 minutes into the game, the Lakers didn't score until like 1 minute left remaining of the third quarter. So all those minutes, nothing was happening. And Darvin Ham didn't really think to say, you know what, we need to call a timeout because things are not going well for us. He didn't. He didn't. And he just, once again, it's just one of those moments where it's like Darvin Ham, he's just not the coach that we need at this moment. That's just me. I mean, we all are a bit frustrated when it comes to what Darvin Ham is when it comes to this Lakers team. I mean, we need a better coach, in my opinion. But this is what it is. This is who we have right now. But the fact that this Lakers team, they didn't show up. D'Lo, one of them. Austin Reeves, where's playoff Reeves? Where was the playoff Reeves from last year? Where was his shooting? I mean, did he play the way that he did last season in the playoffs because he wanted to get paid? Maybe that played a big role in that. And then Rui Hachimura, maybe that's why, same situation. Uh, and it's just don't get me started with the second unit. The second unit is trash. Our second unit is trash. They were a no-show. Nobody scored other than Torian Prince, out of all people, who in the regular season was just awful for us. But I guess this time around, I'm not trying to say that he's a playoff Torian or something, but tonight he's the only guy that really stepped up in this game for the second unit. And he put up 11 points, went 1 of 3 from the three, went 4 of 7 from the field, and 4 rebounds and 1 block. So a solid night for Torian Prince, but other than that, no one showed up other than Anthony Davis and LeBron James, which I had to say, it was. Let's see the comments here from Daniel. Welcome to the live stream. Denver owned us, absolutely they did. But just those were the two guys. As I was talking, this effort tonight all came from LeBron James and Anthony Davis, and they had most of the minutes in this game, other than D'Angelo Russell, who had 41 minutes and yet was a no-show. He only shot 1 3, but it was like late when the Lakers were not playing to the best of their abilities and completely shut down. So he went 1 of 9 from the three. I mean, you trying to get paid. You're trying to get paid. I mean, good luck. Good luck, because the type of performance you showed tonight is going to be off-putting for all teams who are going to be looking at you if they want you on your team. And knowing the Lakers right now, you had to upgrade at the point guard position. There's no other way of saying it. I mean, D'Lo was awesome in the regular season. Trade deadline, D'Angelo Russell, he was amazing. All-star caliber guy. But for some reason, he just was a no-show. Ghetto Rabbit, deload in his pants. Yeah, I mean, he choked. He choked in this game with the rest of the rotational players out there tonight. Austin Reeves, 13 points, went 5 of 9 from the three, went 2 of 6 from the three, had 4 rebounds and 1 block. I mean, it's just, his efforts out there was a no-show. And most of those points and his efforts came from the fourth quarter, where the Lakers were not even nowhere near of trying to win this game, because you can just tell from the game their energy in this game left, and they basically gave up on Darvin Ham, because it's also Darvin Ham's fault for not calling timeouts at key moments in the game where the Lakers were not going to when the Lakers were losing. It was just crazy. I mean, you saw a couple of times in Denver Nuggets what they were doing in the third quarter when the fourth quarter, when the Lakers were at one point coming back. At one point, they're like, not trying to say they went to a comeback type of situation, but you can tell that they broke the lead down a bit. They were down at one point, maybe 7 minutes in, 2 minutes or maybe 3 minutes into the game. They were like down by 8 points when the lead was like up like 13 at some point at the end of the third quarter. So with that, they knew how to use their timeouts because they didn't want the Lakers to make some sort of run. Now, it would have made no sort of difference if they called a timeout, because the Lakers, their perfect example in the third quarter, completely shut down. And this is just another example in the same scenario what the Lakers go through when they face the Denver Nuggets. And the perfect example of the matchup in the regular season, perfect example, was the 40,000 career points that LeBron achieved in that matchup against the Denver Nuggets. This was a similar game scenario. If you guys want to go check that video or any highlights of that game, it's a perfect example of what we witnessed in tonight's game. Lakers do well in the first half against the Nuggets, but then they completely shut down in the third quarter. And I think just multiple times, now I'm thinking about it now, in the multiple matchups Lakers face against some tough teams. They always play well in the first half, but they completely shut down in the second. And most of that had to do in the third quarter. So um, there's numerous matchups where the Lakers just choke at times in the in second half scenarios. So let's read some more comments here from Ghetto Rabbit. Nuggets had a 14-2 and 23-0 run in the third quarter. Completely sad. Completely. Oh, I think you corrected yourself. Maybe 13-0. Yeah, yeah, I thought so. Yeah, it was. That would have been crazy if it was 23-0 run. That will be a calling for a firing of Darvin Ham if that was the case. Yeah, 13-0. That's a perfect. Uh, that was the right run that the Nuggets went on, and yeah, I mean at that point, yeah, it was just a scarce moment, and it's just a shaking your head type of situation. I mean, it was. You blame Darvin Ham in this for this loss. I mean, sure you blame the rest of the players other than LeBron and Anthony Davis who were just sensational, especially Anthony Davis. I mean, Anthony Davis went on he was on a roll, especially playing against Nikola Jokic. When it came down to it, he was awesome against Jokic tonight, and LeBron James. For some reason, I don't know why. There were times when he was just sitting out a lot. I mean, I'm not sure if he's dealing with some sort of injury, but for some reason, we needed LeBron more times in this game because the rest of the Lakers just weren't showing up. And D'Angelo Russell was just another example of just too much hype in this game. It really got into his head. I'm not sure. Maybe one of the Nuggets players got into his head, or maybe the hype of going into this game got into his head and just he completely shut down. I mean, maybe it's the altitude. I don't know. It's just numerous instances in this game that I was just shaking my head, and I'm like, was he not hearing what the fans are talking, or the analytics, or I don't know, the Lakers organization? Did they not give him a pep talk or something? Or I don't know. It's just I don't know. It just he was no show, and the fact that he played 41 minutes in this game, I mean, it's just crazy, crazy to the point that you didn't need it. Most of those minutes sure went to other players. I mean, I don't know, Rui Hachimura or something. I don't know, but it's just it was just the Lakers. I don't know. They just somehow don't seem to find a way or find a formula to beat this Nuggets team. And I still think though. I mean that the Lakers can make some sort of comeback. I don't think they're going to get swept. I just don't see it happening. I mean, my hope is once we return to LA, the Lakers will get a win or two against them. But this just sort of remains to be seen. I mean, because it is just very tough to see where the Lakers are at, and it's kind of like a fear factor that this what we could see moving forward into this series. Lakers play well in the first half games, and then they completely shut down in third quarter situations. But I think most of the fault, as I was mentioning, had to do with Darvin Ham. You know, when the Lakers you know were slipping, if the Lakers were slipping at one point, Darvin Ham should have called timeouts. Same what Michael Malone was doing, in the fourth quarter. So it just sucked. It sucked to see, how the Lakers were just, not living up to the expectation that we wanted to see going into this game. It looked great in the first half, especially the first quarter. The Lakers just scored aggressively, played well offensively, and then the second quarter was like the same scenario. We saw a bit of a good defensive effort from this Lakers team, especially from Jackson Hayes, who grabbed some really good key rebounds. When when it came down to it, and it's just a good moment, in that particular game in the second quarter. But once again, the Lakers completely shut down in the third quarter, and that's the main reason why they lost this game. And it's also the players, but it was also the head coach at the same time. So, you know, it's just a tough scenario that things went down for the Los Angeles Lakers. And, the Lakers have to really look themselves in the mirror and realize, you know, we need to make some changes, make some changes to the rotations, to the schemes, do what you did in the first half and just continue on with that type of emotions into the second half, third quarter, and just do what you're doing like you did in the first half. But I don't know, they went completely, in the wrong direction. And it's just, once again, it's another scenario where the Nuggets always do this to teams. And that's why I'm here to say it. The Nuggets, they are really good. They are a really good team. And all credit goes to, the rotations, the players, Michael Porter Jr., Jamal Murray, you know, Nikola Jokic. I mean, they are really good players, and they made some really good shots that just makes me like shake my head at times. Like, how did that happen? Like, how do you make that type of shot? And the Lakers, when they do it, they just can't make the shots go in. I mean, and also, I also just remembered there was some calls that should have been not been called, and I guess I can say is the refs as well. But at the same time, it all happened for me. It was all happened in the first quarter for me because there were some calls that should have been called on the Nuggets but I don't know, for some reason the refs were. I mean, I can just remember maybe it was mainly Nikola Jokic not getting the calls or not getting the you know fouled on because he most of the time was fouling on Anthony Davis. So, but I could go that route, but I don't know, just have to bring that up. But lots of things really went wrong tonight, and it was just a bad scenario what we witnessed in tonight's game. And maybe the Lakers will make a bounce back. You never know. The Lakers will play against again in Mile High to face the Denver Nuggets. And it's just another scenario where maybe the Lakers will get a win, but at the same time, I'm not going to hold my breath on it because it is the Denver Nuggets we're talking about. They play amazingly well at home. So it's just, I don't know, maybe things will turn around for the Lakers once they go back home to LA. But we just have to finish off in Denver if we want to see that happen. So, but yeah, I mean, other than that, I mean, I'm just, it's just a bit disappointing to see the outcome of this game, and it all began, in the third quarter, and it's just once again a tough scenario, tough loss for the Los Angeles Lakers, a disappointing one. Uh, choke job, whatever you want to say. I mean, every word that you want to say about the Lakers and your disappointment is valid because Lakers completely, shut down in the second half, and it is what it is. It really is. And there's some out there, and I kind of thought about it at one point when it comes to the LeBron in game one scenarios. He always loses in game one scenarios just to get the feel of playing against particular teams, and I call it BS. This is just another example for the Lakers to make other excuses, or maybe just Laker fans, making other excuses. I don't really see that because you know, um, you know, they played him multiple times in the in the regular season, and it was not too far, a couple of months ago. I mean, it was probably like a month ago that the Lakers were facing Denver Nuggets. So, it was just, you already know how they play. And the fact that you're trying to get a feel of things going into the playoffs and how you play against them, I don't, I don't believe that. So it's just the fault of the Lakers' loss tonight was the lack of the efforts from our Lakers players, Austin Reeves, D'Angelo Russell, Rui Hachimura. Those are the guys um, that are supposed to be our X factors. Especially D'Angelo Russell, and three of those guys did not show up, and it's really unfortunate. It really is. The only two players that wanted to win this game was LeBron and Anthony Davis. And I really have to commend on the great job of Anthony Davis tonight against Nikola Jokic. He went all in against him tonight, defensively as well. So, and LeBron James still being LeBron James at the stage of his career, uh, 21st season in the NBA, and obviously at age 39, he's still doing it. And it's just amazing and kind of sad because the fact that the oldest player is playing like he is in his like 20s, and yet Austin Reeves and D'Angelo Russell are not showing up to help you win games, and you having an old guy do it for you. It's just ridiculous. Very sad. But at the same time, um, you know, I commend LeBron James for what he did tonight, and he was just amazing out there tonight. And along with Anthony Davis. Those were the guys that really showed up, to did whatever they can to win this game for us, or try to win this game for us, but it just wasn't the case. But yeah, guys, I mean, this is the reality of the situation. I mean, I personally, you know, think that changes obviously need to happen. Uh, better upgrades to the Lakers roster is going to happen very soon, because I just don't really see the Lakers getting past the Denver Nuggets to win the series if they're going to play like this, especially in second half scenarios in this series. And we may see. I don't want to say a quick exit because I still think the Lakers can win some games against the Nuggets. Potentially at home, maybe game 3 or game 4. But if it's another sweep, then big eyebrows will be raised on this Lakers team, the coach, you name it, because it is another uh, scenario where it's just another scenario where it's like, you know, something needs to change big time. And that's why we've been hearing that there's going to be talks that the Lakers will look for a third star. They will look to potentially just upgrade at the point guard position, or maybe find another shooting guard, or there's a lot of scenarios that needs to be improved. uh, you know I will get into all my thoughts and opinions about the Lakers offseason plans, what they should do to upgrade the roster. So once that happens, please be sure to just hit that notification bell and subscribe to the channel so you'll be the first to see the upload of my analysis of the Lakers offseason plans. So once we reach to that point, but we're still in the series. We still have a couple more games to play in the series against the Denver Nuggets. So maybe things will change for the better for the Lakers after this loss, but we just have to wait and see. We have to wait and see about that. So, other than that, guys, I mean, once again, thank you all so much for joining me on this live stream. I really appreciate it, and I really want to thank Ghetto Rabbit and Daniel for you guys' comments, and especially from Ghetto Rabbit for sharing this live stream on Facebook and on X. Thank you all. Thank you so much for doing that. I really appreciate it. I mean, I was going to go live on actually Instagram, and at the same time, doing this live stream, but I don't know. I was just so disappointed and sad that Lakers lost this game tonight against the Denver Nuggets. But I mean, I would go live, but I just, you know, I just didn't feel like doing that. But maybe soon. You never know. I mean, maybe at the end of the results of the series, if it goes well for the Lakers or not, maybe I will do it. But at this point, I just didn't want to do it at the time. But thank you, Gato Rabbit, for your comment, and I really appreciate that. And thank you for sharing this live stream. I really appreciate it. And you also commented here. Let's read this comment. Rui only had 7 points. No Lakers had more than 4 rebounds, besides from LeBron and Anthony Davis. As I was saying, the only 2 players that stepped up in this game was LeBron and Anthony Davis. And I guess you could say you can make the argument that Torian Prince, but no, I'm not going to go there because he had a solid night. He didn't have an amazing night, a game changing night to help this Lakers team out. He is basically on the same levels of Austin Reeves, D'Angelo Russell, Rui Hachimura, and the second unit were a no show. Gabe Vincent in the second quarter had 3 fouls in the second quarter. So he wasn't feeling it as well. So once again, I don't want to say it was a bad mistake of signing Gabe Vincent, but it's just you gave this guy a lot of money, for him to basically be out for the rest of the season and only playing for 9 minutes, and basically, he hasn't really found his rhythm on this team, and it sucks. And he came back real late into the season, so we won't see the best out of Gabe Vincent if the Lakers decide to keep him further next couple of years. I mean, I don't know, maybe they will trade him in the offseason, but it's just at this point, Gabe Vincent, this second unit, they were a no show. Most of that has to do with just bad rotations, and you know Jared Vanderbilt being out, Christian Wood being out. I mean, it's just maybe that hurt the Lakers as well. But at the same time, not a lot of defensive efforts from this Lakers team. And I think, and this is just a spoiler for all of you, for my video upload of the Lakers offseason plans, the first number one priority going into free agency this offseason is for the Lakers to improve on their defense and sign players that play great defensively. Because I don't know if you noticed in the last couple of years, especially last year, you know, with the Lakers, they were number 4, number 1, or number 2 best defensive team last year in the 2022-2023 season. Lakers were great defensively. This year, they're basically ranked not maybe not last, but maybe like the second, maybe third worst defensive team this season. And that's just a sad reality because the Lakers went after some good offensive players, and they weren't really good offensive players, ironically. So, um, but yeah, I mean, this game tonight, the efforts tonight was just a no show. Other than LeBron and Anthony Davis that were just dominated tonight. And once again, I go back to Anthony Davis. I mean, he went toe to toe with Nikola Jokic and dominated against him. But his efforts was just not enough for us to win this game because of the lack of effort from his teammates tonight. And obviously, LeBron James is obviously pissed. I mean, I don't blame him. All Lakers nation, all Laker fans, just we're all pissed, when it comes down to it. And I guess kudos to the Nuggets for taking the advantage of the opportunity to just shoot threes against the Lakers in the third quarter, where they just completely shut down. And once you saw that happening, Darvin Ham should have called those timeouts in that particular moment, because Michael Malone did the same thing. I mean, he called timeouts at key moments in right situations when the Lakers were making I guess, a comeback, little small comeback, but it was just they basically cut the lead down by by 8 points, at one point. So it was just, but Michael Malone really picked that particular moment and basically you know knew what to do. Darvin Ham doesn't know what to do in in games where they just that you know I'm just a loss of words. I'm just a loss of words. So I really appreciate all of you for joining me on this live stream. I said what I had to say in this in my analysis tonight. Um, in conclusion, of this live stream, the main reason why the Lakers lost this game tonight was because they choked. They choked because of Darvin Ham not calling timeouts when the Lakers needed it, and the second unit and our three starters that are not named LeBron and Anthony Davis, you know, didn't show up. And D'Lo, his shooting, and all eyes were on him in this game, went completely away. And the pressure, I guess, and the motivation for him to show up in this game were a no-show. And it just got into his head, the pressure and everything, and he completely choked in this game, along with Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura. And it was just this lack of effort from our second unit, and they basically gave up. They basically gave up, and the spirit of the Lakers in this game, in the third quarter, went away, and the atmosphere of the game, they just weren't feeling it. They weren't, and that's why the Lakers lost this game tonight. And obviously, lack of defense played a big role, and just the lack of effort offensively in the second half went completely away. So yeah, that's my analysis of the game tonight against the Denver Nuggets. Lakers completely shut down against the Nuggets, 114 to 103 in Game One opener of the NBA playoffs in the first round. And my hope is that Game Two, maybe the Lakers will fix some things. Darvin Ham will find some other methods of you know, changing up the lineups or improving in areas where they did better in the first half, and maybe do the same thing going into the second half of games and maybe dominate, and maybe they'll get a win on Monday in Game Two against the Nuggets. But sort of remains to be seen. I still hope, and I very hopeful that Lakers will not get swept. They will not get swept against the Nuggets in this first round of the NBA playoffs. I don't see it happening again. They will get a win eventually, but it just sort of remains to be seen when and how this team will be going into this series. Because still some games to be played. So let's just hope the Lakers will fix their ways and I don't know, fix some things and try to win games. Because at this point, you can't bring anybody else in. You can't sign anybody. At this point, this is who you have right now. Unless Jared Vanderbilt makes an amazing return or something, or a shocking return, or maybe Christian Wood. I don't know. But at this point, even with those guys coming back, if they do come back soon in this series, um, we just need to see some effort. And Darvin Ham just needs to coach. You know, that's what he needs to do. And maybe things will turn around for the Lakers. I don't know. We still have a couple more games. I mean, this is just the beginning of the playoffs opener. This is the opener of the playoffs. So I don't know. Maybe things will get much better for the Lakers moving forward. But, we just have to wait and see. Thank you all so much for joining me on this live stream. I really appreciate it. I want to once again thank I really want to thank Ghetto Rabbit and also Daniel, for your guys' comments and your thoughts and opinions about this Lakers loss tonight. And thank you once again, everyone, for joining me on this live stream. And it's just you guys are just an amazing audience on ZLN. And if you haven't yet, please follow me all across social media: Facebook, Instagram, X. I'm also on TikTok and Threads as well. So the links will be in the description of this live stream, so you guys check me out on social media. And I'm really thankful for every single one of you for joining me, and also just show me the love support. And if you want to show the support, hit that notification bell, subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. And let's continue to go this live stream. Let's continue to go this platform that we have on here. And, but, I went for 40 minutes, and think I said what I had to say on this live stream, and the Lakers' disappointment, the choke job, whatever you want to say. This was a bad loss for the Los Angeles Lakers, a disappointing one. And my hope is, and repeating myself again, but, for those of you who are joining me right now, this is a tough loss, and the main reason is because of the lack of effort from our second unit, and also our three starters that are not named LeBron and Anthony Davis. D'Lo choked, Austin Reeves no show, and along with Rui Hachimura. So, and it's just Darvin Ham not calling the right timeouts when the Lakers were really needed it in the third quarter. And once again, it's just another situation where things need to change for the better if the Lakers want to make some sort of run in this playoff series against the Denver Nuggets. Maybe they'll do it in game two, long shot, but I don't know. Maybe we'll see it once they return back home to LA in game three and game four. But we just have to wait and see. My hope is that they don't get swept. That's my hope. So thank you all so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you all in the next live stream and the next video. Once again, thank you all so much for joining me on this live stream. I'm so grateful for every single one of you. And I'll see you all in the next live stream and the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Go Lakers. Take it easy, guys. Stay safe out there.